Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
We're wrapping up this road trip from Fenway Park this afternoon. The Angels able to pick up a victory last night to even up the series at a game apiece this afternoon from beautiful Fenway. It is the rubber game of this series. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas. Glad you could join us once again for Angels baseball. And then, of course, last night, the Angels offense able to come to life once again. David Price on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. It did not matter. They somehow solved the mystery.
Yeah, Victor, when you think about a total team effort worthy of a Carlos Cam replay, how they were able to win and score those runs against a very good pitcher in David Price. Just use that middle part of the field. He threw some good changeups and some cutters, but really the approaches to the plate going the other way. If he was going inside out approach. But above all, whenever he did make a mistake, they capitalized. The base running was excellent. The aggressiveness was very good. And throughout this lineup for the Angels to be able to score 6 runs and win that game 6-3 last night was a total team effort. Again, another stolen base by Cameron Maybin.
Parker Bridwell's on the mound for the Angels. Doug Fister, whom the Angels just recently released, on the mound for the Red Sox. We're just about ready for baseball. Sit back, relax, line up some first pitch when we return. California Land Rover retailers. By Jack in the Box, come try the new sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger and chicken sandwich for limited time only. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. We welcome you back out to Fenway Park. What do they call it? Friendly Fenway? Yeah. Finale of this 3-game set here between the Angels and the Red Sox. Halos dropped the opening game of the series last night, or 2 nights ago. Picked up the victory in 6-3 fashion against Boston, and it seems like every getaway day we're playing the rubber game of the series. And that's why the Angels find themselves for the 21st time this year, Gooby, at an even 500 as we take a look at the lineup For the Angels, the one change you will see is in that number 8 spot. Caleb Coward called up before the game today. Paredes, the pitcher, was sent back down. Caleb getting to start at third base because of Yunel Escobar dealing with that sore thumb. He's all right. He played catch today. But you want to talk a little bit about Cameron May because he continues to do a terrific job in that leadoff spot.
Yeah, 26 starts in leadoff spot, hitting .365. The team's one-loss record, 15-11. On base percentage of .455 and has scored 31 runs since moving that leadoff spot for the Angels.
That lineup will take on the 33-year-old right-hander native of Merced, California. His name is Doug Fister, making his first start of 2017, and he does not waste any time. First one today is in there for a strike.
Yeah, my go-to is to be successful against Fister. You got to track that sinker in the zone. See the one-loss record last season for Houston. Be patient at the plate. He was the guy that will walk some batters.
Maven wasn't ready to go there. Ended up taking that pitch, and he's behind in the count at 0 balls, 2 strikes. Cam takes a call, strike 3. Sees 3 pitches, 1 down. Check out the Red Sox on the defensive side of things. Benintendi's in left, Bradley in center, Betts in right. The infield with Morero, Bogarts, Pedroia, and Moreland from third to first. Vasquez behind the plate.
And always with Fister on the mound, you're going to have action in the infield. And Dustin Pedroia has been very good throughout his career. 4-time Gold Glove winner. Has not committed an error at second base this season. Great range, very strong throwing arm, very good at turning double plays.
Cole Calhoun takes his time settling into the batter's box. First one in for a strike. So 4 pitches from Fister. 4 strikes. Cole hitting .247. .325 on base percentage. Just 10 home runs, 38 runs batted in. You're going to have to kind of take your time with Fister and slow him way down. 1-1.
Last season gave up 24 home runs. So that sinker was not down in the strike zone as much as Fister would have loved last year. Fastball is going to be anywhere between 86 and 91. He'll throw a slider, cut fastball, curveball, split finger, and changeup.
Made 3 starts at AAA for the Angels after they signed him. He went unsigned this offseason. But 1-0 with a 4.02 ERA. The opt-out date came on Wednesday, and the Angels decided to cut bait. Ended up signing with Boston. Here he is getting a start. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, he's been very good against the Angels too. And there's Dave Dombrowski, who did a nice job as far as figuring out and adding an extra piece to his rotation. He's always been very aggressive. Fister 3-3 with a 2.78 in his career versus the Angels.
That's over 12 appearances. Cole fouls it back, and of course Dave Dombrowski familiar with Doug Fister, having played with the Detroit Tigers. Now he's a Fresno State. Drafted by Seattle in the 7th round of 2006. He's pitched with the Mariners, Tigers, Nationals, Houston, and now the Boston Red Sox. 1 out, nobody on, just underway. Time called. Pujols on deck. 2-2, foul back.
Cutter hole throw inside against a left-handed batter. One thing we've always noticed, you mentioned that, Victor, even from the get-go, does not waste any time. He's on that pitching rubber, trying to work as quick as possible, trying to get as many ground balls as possible.
Ripped foul. Good plate appearance. That didn't hit anybody. Ricocheted into foul territory. Still a 2-2. Maven saw 3 pitches and was called out on strikes. Sun-drenched afternoon here at Boston. Temperatures in the low 80s. Just can't beat it.
Not at all. It's perfect day.
Full count. Long look in. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he spoils that one.
My Hyundai key for the Angels today against Mr. and the Red Sox. A little Aerosmith, what it takes. In other words, Mike Scioscia will do whatever it takes to be able to win this game, win this series, and have a 4-2 road trip against the Yankees and the Red Sox. That means being aggressive on the bases, going first to third throughout, whatever it takes to win this game for Mike Scioscia and the Angels.
Another 3-2. This one's out towards center field. Playable, however. 2 down. So the base is clear. Here comes Albert. Albert last night with a 2-for-5 game, including a double. Pull this one way foul. That ball is launched out of Fenway Park.
Yes.
Have a Coke and a smile.
I might be able to get that baseball last night walking around the back of the stadium here, Fenway Park.
This guy's this one on the third base side, looking toward the seats and out of play. Albert now at 610 doubles in his career. .893 hits. Punch this one out to shallow right. Pedroia going out. And it's Betts making the call on the catch. Angels down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the first with no score. Sox at 41-33, tied for first in the American League East, and not a whole lot of changes in that lineup. Christian Vasquez back behind the plate for the second consecutive game, but Mitch Moreland homered in last night's game against J.C. Ramirez, one of the deeper parts of this ballpark.
Yeah, 271 career hitter against the Angels with 10 home runs and 42 RBI. Make sure you try to get him to hit the ball on the ground throughout this game. Very good power. I mentioned that going the other way.
Parker Bridwell on the mound for the Angels, and the first one is a little bit low. 25-year-old Hereford, Texas native, 1-0, 3.07 ERA. Third start, fourth appearance for the Angels. Back at the middle. It's the second baseman, Danny Espinosa. 1 down. Check out the Angels on the defensive side of things. Trying to support Parker Bridwell, Revere, Maven, Calhoun in the outfield from left to right. It's Cowart, Simmons, Espinosa, Valbuena from third to first. Gratterall behind the plate.
Cowart getting in that start, his first start at third base this season for the Angels. 18th overall pick back in the 2010 draft. A very strong throwing arm, solid defender at third base.
Pedroia lofting one to right. First pitch swinging, 2 down.
Boy, you love to see that, especially how much the bullpen has been used, not only in this series, on this road trip, and then throughout this entire season. Get some quick outs, pretty well into that deeper into the game, and get a little bit of a rest to the bullpen. Bullpen has been very, very effective for Mike Scioscia this season. Really the reason why this club is at the 500 mark.
Blake Parker having to come in last night and close it out, pick up his first save of the year. So 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Xander Bogaerts, a shortstop. Hi. Bogaerts hitting .324, .376 on base percentage. 1 for 4 game last time, but also big error. It kind of led to an inning in which the Angels scored some runs against David Price. It's 0-2.
Look at Bridwell. Fastball is 90 to 95. Will throw a slider cut fastball, which that pitch was. Changeup, occasional curveball. Very good in his first career start at Yankee Stadium. Second career start here at Fenway.
That's
starts well.
A 1-2-3 first, including his first strikeout ahead of the second with no score. Chevy dealers find new roads. Start the top of the second with no score on this perfect afternoon for baseball in Beantown. Both starting pitchers with 1-2-3 first innings. Valbuena takes outside for ball 1. Luis followed by Simmons and then Revere. Batting in the cleanup spot. First base hitting 184. Slice and foul. No balls. 1 ball in strike.
Look at that first inning with both pitches. Through a combined 22 pitches, is 4 pitches out of the strike zone.
Valbuena last night 0 for 3. Did have a sacrifice fly. Caught the inside corner, 102. Both of these starters pitching today as if they're honoring Mark Burley's jersey retirement in Chicago yesterday.
Agreed.
And down goes Valbuena, 1 away.
That 2-seamer was supposed to be inside. It drifted out over the plate. Valbuena had a pitch to drive and he missed it. that was supposed to be inside, stayed out over the plate, the pitch to where he could drive the ball the other way and utilize those short dimensions here at Fenway Park to left field.
Andrelton Simmons hitting .281. Straightened up by that two-seamer.
When Simmons so far this year against a sinker, see that batting average of .281, hitting .362 versus a sinking fastball. A good combination here for Simmons against Pfister. And a pretty good hack with that pitch. Pfister last season versus his sinker didn't keep that down as much as he'd like. You see those numbers, 2 home runs also against the sinker this year for Simmons. .285 batting average against Pfister on his sinker down. 16 home runs allowed.
2-1. Pfister made 32 starts last year for Houston, 12-13, a 4.64 ERA. No doubt, I'm sure he's got some adrenaline working at the start of this game. And is out toward left field. Benintendi's not going to get there. It'll one-hop the monster. Andrelton is going to stop right there. First base runner of the game comes with 1 out here. The second, a single by Simmons. We saw a couple of nights ago Benintendi for a left fielder and pretty decent arm. Threw out Cole trying to stretch a single into a double.
And that pitch has drifted out over the plate. Andrelton Simmons continues to swing the bat well, right off that number 3 on the Tampa Bay Rays win-loss record. Simmons now .425 batting average here at Fenway Park.
Ben Revere, starting left fielder this afternoon, hitting .206. Takes a strike.
Never easy to steal a base against Doug Pfister, though. That's the thing. The Angels have been very successful stealing bases. Very, very quick to the plate.
Slide step, and that misses. Revere with a lot of experience against Pfister, 9 for 28. .321 batting average. Probably explains why he's in the starting lineup tonight. Or today, I should say, against the right-hander.
Ben Revere, a good low ball hitter. Pfister, a lot of sinkers in the lower part of the strike zone. Pfister with 7 career pickoffs. He's allowed 20 stolen bases in 42 attempts in his career. That's very, very quick to the plate if you're a right-handed pitcher.
Simmons on the move, a little hit and run action. Pedroia can't get to it. Simmons will turn and try to go to third base. No throw from Benson right. So the Angels have runners at first and third with 1 out.
And that's the best thing to do against somebody who's that quick to the plate. Put hit and runs on instead of straight steals, and that worked to perfection for the Angels. Andrelton Simmons on the move, and then Ben Revere continues to swing the bat well against Pfister. Ground ball just by Pedroia. First and third, Angels on the move already.
Danny Espinosa coming up. Vasquez, the catcher, putting on his signs, letting the defense know what happens if he decides to take off from first. Revere, that is. Danny hitting .173, 8 doubles, 6 home runs, 27 runs batted in. He'll swing first pitch, bounces one over to Moreland. He's going to go to try to turn a double play. Espinosa hits into the inning-ending double play. Swinging at that very first pitch, so the Angels will leave a man stranded on base. Mike Scioscia might take a look at it.
Looked like from our angle that they got him.
I thought so as well. Oh, very close.
Real close.
You know what? If you're going just on that pop, watch the
foot,
the webbing.
Yeah, it might be worth it.
They are going to challenge it.
See from this angle right here. That's going to be real close.
Yeah. I remember not considered a catch until the ball hits the pocket of the glove. And I think that one looks like the foot got there ahead of that. But the one that we showed from behind first base, where you see the webbing moving, might be the indicator with that foot on the bag. This one here. Foot down. Then you see the ball going to the webbing.
Very, very, very close. But it's a difference between a run or not worth a shot.
And with Fisher having good numbers in his career against the Angels, it's worth taking a shot. The Red Sox are coming back out. They think that it's going to get overturned. You don't see that too often.
No, usually to stay in there and assuming that the call was right. Well turned though by the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Espinosa runs very, very well.
I thought for a second that Moreland was going to come home. I thought there was a little slight hesitation. You can't tell where the foot is on that angle there. You can see where the ball is in the glove.
It looks like the foot's down there before the baseball is secure in the glove. From that angle, I think there is a chance of being overturned.
Well, the call on the field is out as an inning-ending double play. And no runs across, so we'll see what happens once the headsets come off. And they are coming off now. Bill Miller's the crew chief and safe at first base, so the call gets overturned. It's 1-0 Angels.
Great call by Mike Scioscia calling into Dino Ebel. Steve Solis taking that shot. A run scores because of that decision. Very close play and made a quick decision in there. Steve Solis, good job on that one in the clubhouse.
Fielder's choice. 2 outs now, and Espinosa picks up his 28th run batted in. 2 outs and a man at first for Caleb Cowart. His first at bat at the major league level this season. Tearing up AAA Salt Lake, and he'll take a strike. Caleb getting the start over at third base today. Escobar out of the lineup. AAA 315 average, 7 home runs, 33 runs batted in. He's also chipped in 19 doubles and 1 triple.
By the way, credit Danny Espinosa for really hustling down that first base line to prevent that double play from being turned. Picks up an RBI. 13 RBI in last 18 games for Danny Espinosa.
That's out toward left center field. Hit very well. Bradley moving back. He'll pull up. This one's going to go off the monster. Espinosa got a terrific jump from first base. He's